to them. The All-Seeing Guys. The All-Seeing Guys. With Greg and Joe. The All-Seeing Guys. The All-Seeing Guys. Greg and Joe.
Hello! Welcome to episode 209 of All Seeing Guys podcast with Greg and Joe. I, of course, am Greg, and I'm joined, as always, over the Skype waves by...
Obviously, Joe Jackson.
He's obviously Joe Jackson. If you don't know that by now, what the fuck are you still doing here?
Oh, I look like I'm melting. That doesn't help.
looks like he's
literally-
melting.
I am pulling my bags down. I'm putting the eye bags. I'm pulling my eye bags down. I'm making it.
You look really small. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm looking at Joe on Skype, and the mic's really close to the camera, so the mic looks huge. Joe was sat quite far back. You look like in when they did. Oh my god, sorry, it's loads of stuff just fell off my shelf.
Oh no!
You look like Peter Waterman in the character Peter Waterman in Little Britain when he was really.
Oh,
No, they did the camera
fuck.
trickery, so he looked really small.
Yeah, you want me to write the theme tune, sing the theme
that
tune.
one. Yeah, you look like you look a bit
Dennis,
like that.
Dennis Waterman.
Dennis. What
We
was
should
I
fucking
saying?
know. We
We did a whole thing about
did a
it.
whole
We didn't
fucking
really do an
episode about the
We
single they
didn't really
released.
do an episode about it, but we talked about the song. Yeah.
I could be so good to you.
For you. Ba-na-na-na-ma-hoo.
Dun, 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 dun. The video again. This is just to roll back to that because the video is great. It's just him knocking about a marketplace. I swear to God, it's him.
Knocking about. How's it going, Joe? You haven't moved yet, obviously. I can see you're still in the
yes,
humble abode.
I am. I'm very much. I'm packed, pretty much.
packed.
Apart from my podcast equipment.
Which is just that mic, right?
Pretty much, yeah. But
Yeah.
also the iPad because I got to do the artwork still as well.
Of
Oh
course,
well,
yes.
if it isn't once more time
Oh,
around the
Indiana,
bend.
why are you back again? What's wrong? Okay, well, we're recording now.
Well, bonjour.
So
You
quickly
can
say
see
hello,
me.
but then you need to. That's it. Then go back. Okay, thank you,
Oh,
sweetheart.
it's very nice. Very
What are
nice.
you doing?
She's trying to
There you
listen.
go.
Ah, she,
Oh, right.
she thought, yeah.
Go on,
he
get
thought-
out of it.
He thought she wanted a kiss. She just wanted
I
to
thought
listen.
you wanted a kiss. Right, go on, go back downstairs, sweetheart. Thank you, Indiana. Yes, I
Oh,
know.
I'm sorry.
Sorry, Indiana. Well, bye bye. I'll be down when I finished. Off your pop, little. Look where you're going. Jesus. Smacked her head straight on the bloody door. She was looking at me. God. She'll probably sneak back in at some point. And start crawling
that's
around
all
the
right.
room.
We'll crack on. She can listen to the stories that I've got. From
So yes, so sorry, you're moving very soon though, right?
Yeah. So of the time of recording, so it's what Wednesday.
It is Wednesday.
It's
the
Wednesday
5th,
the 5th.
which is mad, right?
it is, yeah.
5th of July already.
I know. 5th of July. It's 4th of July yesterday, Independence Day, if you will.
It is. My mum and dad's wedding anniversary today.
Oh, congratulations to them.
Thank you.
Is it a particular material?
Maybe. Probably.
A
I don't know.
ruby.
They've
Bit of a
actually gone
ruby.
out. They've actually gone out. They don't usually ever go out, so I assume
that's good.
It's one. But
Good
who
for them.
knows?
Good for them.
Yeah.
But yes, as of today's the 5th, and I will be moving in 3 days' time on the 8th.
Bum bum bum.
Yeah, all
Moving
very
and a
good.
grooving.
I know. Yeah, it was. It's all moved very very quickly once the paperwork was all sort of done and stuff, and it did
Yeah.
did involve a bit of chasing and being like, look, it got to Monday, and I had Monday off
Yes.
this week, so literally like 2 days ago, and it got to the point I was like, I haven't had any sort of confirmation to say that this is all still going.
Ahead.
It's all very much like once it's like I think they just like once it's done, you're just supposed to assume. But I still had to pay like a bunch of money in the form of a deposit and rent and
Yeah,
stuff. So I messaged them on Monday and just being like, hi, are we moving on Saturday? Because it's Monday now, and Saturday's the date that was on like the literally like all the paperwork was just like at 8th of July, moving in, start date, blah 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 blah. And it's like we haven't had anything to sign. And they were just, no, we'll have that through to it. And then literally like an hour later, I had like a 40-page document that I had to fucking put my initials on and everything. But it's all
it sounded like you reminded them.
I know, yeah, it does. It does feel that way slightly. Just like, oh yes, how convenient that has now appeared in my fucking inbox. But no, in general though, they've been absolutely fantastic. And it's all good. We're all set. And Saturday should be a good one.
Yeah, good. You're all sorted. Moving day, ahoy.
Mm-hmm. Looking forward to it. Now, yeah, we've kind of sort of doing this before I go because I might not have internet for a little while. So
of course, yeah.
But my boss did. My boss has managed to wrangle me. So Becca usually has like a Tuesday off as a day off. So he's kind of sort of managed to put me in then. Nice. So obviously there'll be certain days where Becca doesn't have a Tuesday off, and then that will be a day that I can actually podcast, but I'm pretty sure internet shouldn't take months and months and months to fix.
Let's hope so.
But it was like I got the whole internet thing like set up, and they just sort of sent me the box beforehand, and I sort of like when I ordered it, they were just like, okay, well your internet hub will be arriving at your location but my location was the address that I was moving to.
Yeah.
So I had to like call them up and just be like, I'm not there, and they were like, what?
Not there yet.
Like, I don't understand. What are you talking about? And I was just like, I have done this as like preemptively before moving.
I'm trying to be prepared.
Yeah, I'm trying to not dick around and like have the least amount of time without internet and shit. They're
like, my God, that's crazy. No one's ever tried to be prepared for internet.
I know.
I don't understand. No understand you.
But also at the same time, like when I did it last time, they were just like, okay, well an engineer's going to come out, and I was like, at no point have they asked when an engineer can come out.
No,
and like sort the phone line, and I was like, so am I supposed to be doing this, or is there something? What's going on here? Like, so yeah, it's all a bit up in the air, but just that's part of the fun of fucking moving.
Part of the fun, yes, it is.
But yeah,
it's part of the fun and the stress.
Apart from my demeanour during that sentence, I'm actually very very excited, and we both are, and it's going to be good. It's good fun.
A new adventure, a new chapter.
Yeah. How about yourself? How are you, Greg?
Yeah, fine. Yeah, I'm okay. Same old.
Same old.
Just working.
We had a good old Barbie.
We did have a good barbecue at the weekend, didn't we? First one at mine this summer, which is quite late behind because last year I think we'd had several by this point, but different times.
Yeah, well, there's not a football tournament on.
Yeah, but no, it was good. I had a really good day. I was absolutely battered.
Oh my God, yeah.
Usually when you guys leave, it doesn't take me that long to like pack shit away.
You're usually quite on it.
When you guys left, that I was moving so slow. Like I was moving really, really slow. Yeah. Probably took me 2 hours to put everything away, which never takes me that long. I was just like really, really slow moving. Yeah,
I felt pretty
sluggish. Slog. It was a slog to get everything ready.
I felt quite sluggish.
God, it was that Zoot in the afternoon. I don't know whether it was, you think it's yours or you'd done it, but you did it.
It's my fault.
But like,
my bad.
Just knocked me for 6.
Yeah, I remember you saying.
I was okay. But
I remember
that's
you
why
saying
I forced
you were
myself
looking.
To
You
get
were
up.
looking round for a culprit. It was really.
Yeah, that's why I forced myself to get up and play throw the ball because I was like, if I stay sitting down, I'm going to zone out.
Yeah.
But I managed to keep going. I was all right.
Good laugh.
Even quite early on in the day, even like I remember you and Lizzie were both like, "What's wrong with you?"
Oh.
Just like I don't know.
No, there was. You seem to have quite a buzz on, and it's just
it hit me really. But the buzz came quick.
It was like you'd had 4 beers in an hour.
Yeah, I mean, I think I had.
Well, fair enough. I mean, first one, fuck it.
I did have quite a few beers. I started quick with the beers and then slowed down a little bit.
Yeah, that's how you do it. Well, I was contemplating to bring some ciders with me as like a slow ease in, but that never. I don't know.
No,
slow and ease is not 2 words that I commonly use when drinking. And I didn't bother with that and just stuck with the old classic combo of whiskey and Coca-Cola.
Awesome.
Which is as a preference. Yes.
Yeah, no, it was a good day and good food. I think the food came out really well.
Banging. I did very much enjoy Lizzie's outrage us cooking the steak and just kind of leaving it on there for like 2 hours.
And then she went and turned it into like steak chips.
She was just like, I liked at one point. So it'd been on there for about. Obviously anyone that is an avid steak eater will fucking be horrified by this, but it was on the barbecue for a good 45 minutes.
We just said, well, because we weren't really... but Ed was like, oh, just leave it on there, I don't really want it. So we just went on there to see what happened.
I like also
but
when
then Lizzie took it away, cut it up, seasoned it, brought it back, and actually it was great. It was
great. It was almost
sticks of meat. It was
yeah,
quite nice.
it was almost like a sort of almost like a teriyaki sort of style. Like
it was nice.
But I liked it. Like so, we were looking at it after about a 45 minute. Bearing in mind as well, this is like the end of the barbie where it's like low heat anyway, so it was going to take it wasn't going to take a short amount of time. But me and Ed was just sort of looking at it on the barbie, and then like Lizzie came over and looked at it with us, and then just turned to Ed and was like, "So what sort of outcome were you hoping for with this?" Oh no, it was like, just like what was the what was the plan exactly? What were you trying to achieve?
Oh,
it was just like just burnt meat. Then he was, and then by the end of it, Greg was just, Ed was just like, just fucking cremate it.
Yeah. But no, Lizzie intervened and turned it into where
it was great. It was banging,
and
nice. She did some fantastic brisket. God damn, that was so good in the burger. I'm so glad I put that in the burger.
Oh, that brisket was amazing.
Oh God, I was animalistic with that.
Slow cooked brisket's the one, mate. It really is.
Oh God,
really fucking nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, overall, good day, good food.
Good company.
Yeah. We had bursts of like extreme sun and then like but I think it had bursts of sun again.
Yeah, it was good. Good old few games of throwing ball into Wendy House. That was good. Fun.
I felt even though I slept fairly early that night and for quite a while, I still felt pretty fucking sluggish the next day because I'd been at work at 7 the next morning and I was pretty fucking like slow again.
Well, I messaged you yesterday about podcasting and said, I found something that we can discuss, which we'll get into a little bit later. And you were just like, yeah, cool. Didn't you already tell me this?
Yeah.
And I was like, what? And then you sent me like. And then it was literally
the last message you sent me.
The day before, where we would organise where we're going to podcast. And then it was just like, yeah, you've already told me this. And I was like, what? And then I was like, oh, God. And I really was just like, my brain has just not been... ever since the barbecue, my brain has been fucking
I was pretty
mashed
frazzled.
potato.
I was even more frazzled. So Monday morning, I was on the late shift. And I usually leave about 11 in the morning. But about 10 o'clock, Indiana's school rang me.
Ooh.
And said that she wasn't feeling very well. She said that she was finding it hard to breathe and her heart hurt.
Oh, God.
But yeah. So they put her on the phone to me and she sounded okay. She said she was all right. But then they were like, you should probably get her to a doctor. So I made a doctor's appointment. Went and picked Indiana up. She was horrified and devastated. She had to leave school because she's a kid that loves school. Was crying all the way home all morning because she was really just wanted to go to school.
The irony is that school will knock that out of her.
Yeah. She kept being, what is school doing now without me? She was really upset.
The school doesn't revolve around you.
Yeah. She went to the doctors and she was fine. Like they couldn't figure out what was wrong. Who knows? It could have just been the first time she experienced indigestion. Because apparently it started during breakfast, or they're like, maybe it's anxiety, and I'm like, well, I hope it's not anxiety. I know I have a lot of anxious issues, but I got those when I was in my teens, not when I was 5.
Yeah. What's she got to be anxious about?
Yeah, so she seems okay. She seems fine since, but yeah, she was off that day anyway. After the doctors, I dropped her off at Lizzie's parents, and I hadn't gone to work. I obviously work were very understanding. Yeah, no worries. Look after your daughter. Kids come first, which still blows my mind how they are with stuff like that. Because previous job, I'd be the only guy with a key. I'd be the only one that could do this.
Of course.
So it wasn't even an option to like take time off.
It's like your kid can wait, Greg. Yeah.
Yeah. So the fact that they were so cool about it. Anyway, eventually I was like, right, I'll be at work about 5. Actually, ended up leaving my house about 3:40, and I was like, I'll show up at 4 and be like, hey, I'm here early, everyone. Let's go.
Mm-hmm.
Traffic was so insane. It took me 2 hours to get to work.
That's fucking sickening.
Fucking hour. I arrived at like 5:30.
Oh God.
And was just like so. Oh mate,
drained.
I was so like just done.
Yeah.
And I came in, fucking fuming. Fucking traffic, and everyone's like, whoa. how's your daughter? Yeah, she's fine. But fucking traffic.
Having an absolute rage. I was actually, to be fair, I was the same yesterday. I had work at 9:30. So there was supposedly a rail strike, but also Hampton Court Flower Show is literally
blooming.
Fuck off! Don't, Greg, don't. I'm not in the mood for jokes about Hampton Court Flower Show. I was fucking fuming, mate. So I already the cards were stacked against me, but I got up early. I was up at 7:30 to be at work for 9:30, thinking 2 hours. Surely it won't take 2 hours. Let me tell you, Greg, it didn't take 2 hours. It took 3 hours.
Oh my god!
The traffic was immediate.
Wow.
So there's a road, like the way the bus goes in us, it goes through Sunbury and then it goes onto like it's not really a dual carriageway, but it's a long straight road that goes past the waterworks and goes straight down basically towards Hampton Court.
Hampton Court, yeah.
And it was just traffic straight from there, and I was like, fuck, this is bad. But I wasn't too panicked because usually there's a turn-off point and it gets all sort of fine around there.
Yeah.
So it takes about 45 minutes to get from Sunbury to Hampton Station.
Right.
And that is literally not even 5 minutes of the journey normally.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, bollocks. But then it gets off, it turns off, and everything is all clear and wicked. And then halfway down the road, the traffic starts again, and I'm like, oh fuck, man, this is bad.
Are you opening the store with your keys? No, you're
no. I'm doing the close, so it's my boss is already there. We've been open for ages already. I called ahead and said, look, I'm probably going to be a fair bit late because this is fucking diabolical. At this point, I realised that in front of me is a funeral procession car with a coffin inside it.
Jesus.
Which it was like, I was like, oh fuck, like that is not a sign. That is not
Getting
a sign
nice
that I
and
need.
moist in the sun.
That's it, yeah. Also, during this entire time, apparently there isn't a rail strike. They've just like severely reduced the times down to like 1 train an hour and shit. Right, so I could have got off and just stayed at Hampton, but I fucking didn't because I'm a dickhead. Instead, I carried on the bus, and then I got off and I walked from basically Hampton Station to Kingston in less than 45 minutes.
Nice.
But the entire time, like, didn't have music on or anything. Just the entire time, I was just going, fuck Hampton Court Palace. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Like, not even the flower show. Just Hampton Court Palace. I was just like, fuck you, fuck the flowers, fuck everything.
Fucking flowers.
I was like, I wrote in the group chat for work saying, hi, I'm going to be late. Hampton Court Flower Show's really messed up, like the roads and stuff. And one of the guys wrote back, was like, oh, get us some flowers. And I was like, fuck off, Babish. Like, it's just, I was like, not in the mood, mate. I'm not in the mood.
Yeah, when I worked in Molesey, I used to get caught up in it all the time.
It's brutal, man. It's fucking ridiculous. I'm so, and as I said,
in all directions as well.
I'm just so fucking glad that I haven't got to deal with transport in about 3 days' time.
Yeah, think of the money. I know you'll be spending money on rent and bills. Think of the money you'll save on travel.
Oh, exactly. Yeah, it was one of the things where I'm just like, what are my outgoings? I was about 140 quid of it is a fucking travel to work.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous. But
easy peasy.
It's all good. But as I said, yeah, it's gonna be sick. It's gonna be fucking awesome.
It's gonna be sick.
Gonna be sick. I'm gonna be sick.
What wonderful news! The movie's going ahead. No more Hampton Court bullshit and flower shows.
Yeah, so just to round up in how things have been. Fuck Hampton Court Flower Show, and I'm moving.
And he's moving. Holy fuck balls.
And also, I'm glad Indiana's okay.
Yeah, she's okay. She's all right. Who knows? Who knows what happened there? But
it's a madness. It's a madness.
Yeah, some mad thing happened. Some mad thing.
It's a mad thing. I love if the doctor said that.
It's just a bit. Oh, so I said. It's funny you say that.
Yo, say less.
A
girl, so here's
a
the
girl
thing.
a girl who works in the office upstairs at work came down today. And I was like, "Yo, what guan?" And she was like, "Oh," and she was like, "That's not a thing anymore."
Oh, what?
And I was like, "What, Terry Guan?" She doesn't know
Terry Wogan.
She doesn't just know who Terry Wogan is. She's like
doesn't.
fucking 19 or 20 or something. She's like, "No, you can't say that anymore." And I was like, "I can." She's like, "You really can't." And I was like,
what?
And I was like, in the over 35 world, it's still a thing. And she was like, okay, and walked off. And I felt he's stupid saying that.
Oh my god, you look like a gammon. You look like an absolute gammon, Greg.
Thinking back now, I really wish I said, well, I marched to the beat of my own drum. I wish I said something like that rather than, an over 35 is the thing. Being an idiot.
I guess it's...
like, oh, okay,
is it surely not, it's not culturally inappropriate to say Wagwan now, is it?
I mean, it could be. I did feel... Well, as soon as she said it, I suddenly felt really dumb.
Yeah, you can't say that anymore.
And was
just and you were just like, guess I'll just go back to saying the N-word then.
Yeah. Naughty.
And she'll be like, no. Actually, let's
stick
are
with
we that out? Are we that out of sync that we can't say Wagwan anymore?
It doesn't take much to be out of sync nowadays.
I mean, to be fair, we never really said it seriously beforehand.
No, I didn't say it seriously then. Who would say it seriously?
Is it maybe that's it? If we're going to say it, we have to say it seriously.
Seriously.
So
yeah, I did feel a bit silly having that one pointed out at me today, but it's not the end of the world.
If any of our black listeners can confirm if we're able to say this or not, that would be because I don't want to look like a racist. Like,
I look like one today, I guess. I know I'm not a racist. I think I just look like an old man.
You just look old,
like an old silly.
Well, back in my day. That's how we greeted each other.
That's how we used to say it back in the day.
Yeah.
What day? Last week.
Last week it was fine. Well, this week it's not.
Last week it's not.
Fine.
So yeah, it did feel a bit silly.
I'd be really disappointed if they've censored Wagwan. Not that. I only say it to you.
Yeah, exactly. I knew you say it to you. I can't believe I even said it then. But yeah, it didn't go down well.
Maybe maybe there's something on TikTok that will tell us what's happened.
Yeah, TikTok will tell us.
TikTok,
please, can we say Wagwan?
Yeah.
So I'm not going to be in a rush to say it publicly again.
Yeah. Just on this podcast 7 times like we just have.
But yeah, no, that's literally been the highlight of me since the last podcast. Nothing exciting's happened.
Nah.
I've become incredibly obsessed with the new album from Sleep Token.
Oh really?
Like it's. I think it's the best album I've ever heard.
Wow, that is a fucking statement.
It's insane.
Wow.
I've always been recommended them, and I've always been like, I look at them like, I don't give a shit. They wear silly masks and they worship some imaginary god. I don't really care.
There's a bit of a ghost vibe to them, isn't there?
Yeah, and I was like, I'm not really into it. Heard some songs and was like, nah, I'm not feeling it. Like, literally, that's how I felt about them for a long time. And then I heard, I don't even know how, I think I was dozing on the sofa, something finished, and it started just playing this song by them.
Interesting.
And it played the title track of their album, Take Me Back to Eden. So the first track I actually properly heard in entirety was this track called Take Me Back to Eden.
Kebab. Kingston boys, are they?
Maybe that's why I connected with it so much. That's what the album's called. And I listened to it, and all of a sudden I'm just like, man, this guy's voice is incredible.
That's
what I've heard. Gives me goosebumps. Yeah, and I'm like, how have I not really paid that much attention for? And then next thing I know, I'm like...
Bawling your eyes out.
I'm just not bawling my eyes out. But
I was joking, Greg.
I mean, don't get me wrong. It how can I say this without sounding weird? It's made me feel things music hasn't made me feel in a long time.
All right, Dennis Reynolds.
It has.
I'm having feelings again. Do you remember feelings?
Did you stop having feelings?
Greg, I have feelings every single day of my life.
But when it comes to music, yeah, I guess so. Like,
damn.
Okay.
I mean, that's a hell of a statement.
And if anyone's like, I haven't heard it, I recommend you go in with the track The Summoning. 7 minutes long, but you just understand how it goes in directions I've never expected. And it takes you places you've never been with music. I mean, insane.
You can, so that's the sort of thing. It was, I think I remember hearing Gaz from the All Seeing, we're the All Seeing Guys.
We're the All Seeing Guys.
Gaz
formerly of Open All Powers.
Of Open All Powers, sorry, yes. I swear he's mentioned them before in the group chat, and I haven't. The name I've definitely seen float about. I think Grim might have posted about them on Facebook.
Davian Dent went and saw them.
Davian
recently.
Dent, yes,
He went with his daughter, I think.
Yes, he's going to go. I think I did see that he's also he's. You know what? Love Davian. Also, just love that he is just fully embracing like the sort of goth side of his daughter, and he's just going to these gigs as well. Fucking massive amounts of respect. He's going to go and see. So there's. I did see that.
Architects or archetypes, whatever they're called. Like
architects.
Yeah.
But I saw there's a band called Lorna Shore.
Yes,
and they are a black metal band. I guess you can call them that. But they actually went viral because people were doing like reactions on TikTok to like one of their songs.
Yeah.
So the end of this song, it's all sort of builds up to this sort of crescendo of sound and shit. And the singer can just do things with his voice that I've not heard before.
It's weird you say that because I've been watching the singer of Lorna Shore react to Sleep Token.
Oh, really?
And he's like, it's the best. And he is literally like, this is the best band I've ever heard, and that's the best voice I've ever heard.
Yeah. So the guy of like Lorna Shore can do this kind of sort of, I guess they call it like there's like a pig, like there's in like the black metal, death metal realm. There's like pig squeals.
Yes.
But then he does this kind of sort of like guttural, like. You know what? I will find it on my phone and we'll play just that segment of the noises that he makes at the end of it, because it's just I've never heard anyone be able to make this outside of like a Call of Duty game. Like it's so fucking insane. But Sleep Token I have heard of, but it was that kind of, it's that sort of band where you see them and you're like, oh no, that's not my thing, and then you hear them.
Yeah, because you see them.
Yeah, I've seen. That's it. That's exactly it. It doesn't fit.
Lizzie's been. I saw them and I was like, yeah, me too. Lizzie's. I don't really understand all the lore of Sleep Token.
It was the same with Ghost though. I mean, like Ed was like the biggest Ghost fan for like. Ed loves fucking Ghost. And he. And they are great. They are really, really good. But it's just not something I get totally into.
No.
But they are really fucking good. The singers really great musicians, and it's the same similar thing. They've got this look, but it doesn't match the music. It's like that. What's that meme where it's like there's a black house and a pink house like side by side, and it says like. It's like pink. The pink side represents the sound of the song, and the black house represents the lyrics. And someone said, "This is how I describe pumped up kicks to people."
Yes, yeah. So it's strange because like Sleep Token again, I was always like, the singer goes by the name Vessel, and the other two members, Vessel. He's just a Vessel, and the other two members are just called 2 and 3. I think they're just their names.
Yeah,
like. And then, but they always have like a 3-piece choir on stage with them who just stand at the back in just their cloaks and their masks.
Yeah. So they're not part of the band, or they're just there?
No, they're like a choir,
moral support,
like backing. They're like a choir.
Okay.
I didn't know they were from London. That blew my mind when I found that out.
That's fucked me up. I thought they were like American.
No, they're a London band. They started in 2016, and I've been because I became so obsessed with his voice.
They've only been going for 6 years.
Yeah, they're fairly new, and this is their third album.
What?
Yeah, because I've only really because I've literally been absorbing this album. It's all I've been listening to the last 2 weeks. In the car, at home, anywhere. Even when I'm at home, I'm just watching reaction. I keep watching music instructors, singing instructors. Jazz musicians.
I've seen those. Yeah.
I've been watching all these different people react to it. And
there's probably you'll probably find like one of Herman Lee from fucking Dragon Force reacting to it.
The same reaction I had to all the songs, where they're just like, "Oh my fucking god, what is this? How did this happen?" But what I like about it is it goes literally from like proper screamo fucking kick drum death metal to R&B.
That's so bizarre.
Like full on auto tune R&B, and then it will drop into fucking frantic like proper death metal. Yeah. And then it will go into like pop, rock, hip hop. There's a track where he raps and he's fucking awesome. Like it's
so bizarre.
But you'll be listening to this song and it'll build up and build up and build up. And you're like, here we go. It's going to go fucking.
It's going to do something.
And then it'll go. Then it'll drop into this incredible fucking funk tune. And he's singing in a funk, and it turns into a funk song. And I'm like, where the fuck did that come from?
This is the band
off guard.
This is the band that Ed has always wanted. This is the band that defies the rules of genres.
I don't think Ed will like them. I don't think
Ed
will like them. I don't think he'll like them. I don't think he'll get on. I don't think he'll get.
Not straight away.
No, I don't think, because I didn't. I dismissed them for years. And I've heard songs that I've now.
But
Thing is, I'm going back to the first two albums, and I'm still a bit like, yeah, it's
hit and miss.
okay, yeah. But this third album is like a fucking game changer. It's like it's
sometimes it takes a few hits. You know what I mean?
It's like it's grabbed me by the shoulders and completely changed my direction and just pushed me in this new direction. It's insane.
Shaking you like a British nanny.
I can't. I literally just can't really. I can't really get over it. I literally can't. It's blowing my mind. But Lizzie, what you're saying about the appearance of it, Lizzie was like, I was watching all these videos, and Lizzie's like, oh yeah, his voice. I watched a video that compared his voice to all the old blues singers from like, from like the 20s, from like the 20s.
Yeah. Like
and it compared, and it says how he uses all these styles of singing that all these old 1920s blues singers use, and how he's using it on this in these modern songs, and it's incredible.
I'll check that. I'm gonna. So you said The Summoning is the song you'd recommend?
I would say listen to the first one I heard was Take Me Back to Eden, but I would say go with The Summoning first, then go Take Me Back to Eden.
Again, I mean, I'm just slightly annoyed that's not about kebabs, but what do I know? No, I mean, it could be. They're from London.
But it was the same thing though, where Lizzie was like, "Oh man, you're right. This guy's voice is something
phenomenal.
Special.
Yeah.
Like, how old is he?" I was like, "I don't know." And she's like, "I was like, no." I was like, "They're completely
no information about them.
They're completely." Incognito, no name, no nothing. They're completely.
And then
I showed her what they look like, and she was like, "Oh my god!"
They're like the Nine from fucking Lord of the Rings.
In black
they just look like fucking
mask,
Sauron and shit.
Yeah.
I mean, my downfall is that I'm terrible for looking at new music, especially with something like Spotify.
Me too.
I'm terrible at it. Me
too. I listen to the same shit all the time. Only got me because Spotify, I think YouTube put it on. And I just started listening to it whilst doing something else. Then it literally made me stop and be like, who is this?
That's exactly the same.
This is incredible. Who is this? Oh my god, it's that band Sleep Token.
Yeah, I will go on to, when I go onto Spotify, and obviously at the top it shows you like the last 6 things that you listen to, and I was just like, yep. Back in. Been absolutely killing the Always Sunny podcast recently. Got really into it. I was, and you know what it was?
Or watching it?
Both. So I will. If I'm at home, I'll watch it. If I'm on the way home, I'll listen to it. But it was literally because of a TikTok, and it was Charlie. It was the only one there, and he just fucking just bitches about Rob and Glenn for like 5 minutes, or saying I'm just gonna just show you the text chain here, and it's like, oh, we should start at 8:45, and he was just like, well, it's 8:45. And I'm the only one here. And I was just like, I want to see the outcome of that. So I went and listened. And they are fantastic.
It's a great podcast. It's one of the only ones I will watch over listening, because I quite like seeing them, and they always show stuff, and they show clips and stuff.
It's almost necessary to watch it because they do show clips. It's like they show the audio anyway. Yeah. I did watch the bloopers one where they watched just the bloopers, and that was brilliant. Fucking great, because I have watched those bloopers over and over again, just countless times.
Absolutely, me too.
But as I said, I'll go onto Spotify and I'll just hit those top 6 recently listened to, or it will say like jump back into this album. It does try to suggest like other things, and I'm just like, nah, I don't want it. I'm just like, no, I just want these 89 songs that I've liked, and that's all I'm going to listen to.
Well, I'm only listening to my own play. I just add songs I like to my driving playlist, and that's literally all I listen to.
I've got like shuffle. I've got the as I said, like songs that I've liked. That's the playlist I listen to, and it's just random songs.
Sleep Token's album's the first album I've been listening to beginning to end continuously in I've gone years. Like, it's been a long time since I've been continuing listening to one album.
I think I posted it on Saturday on Facebook actually, but this was a song that I've been listening to for about 2 or 3 months, and it's by a UK guy. His name's Artan. He's a rapper. And he did a song, and then they did a remix with an American rapper called Young Gravy. Now, immediately you're just like, what the fuck? That's got to be like a parody rapper. He's not. That's his name.
I would take Young Gravy very seriously.
So, mate, but he's just
Old
like...
Gravy too.
He's just... Young Gravy
Beef
is all
gravy.
about... Young Gravy is all about MILFs. Loves a MILF. He went to an award ceremony, so there was some TikTok girl...
With MILFs.
Mate, get this, right? So, some TikTok girl who was got really big from it, her parents had a very, very public falling out and separation. Right. And Young Gravy took her mum to, like, the MTV Awards.
That's amazing.
Like, dressed, like, also, like... But you look at this guy, he's, like, 6'6", skinny, white dude. But, like, has clearly got charisma and knows what he's fucking doing. He's had, like, MILF porn stars in his fucking music videos and shit, and they're all over him. Like, but there's... Yeah, I just... The song they released really, really good. But the opening line is my favourite part of it, which is... I've got a link in Brum, met her at the Bull Ring. She'd be a 10 if it wasn't for the accent.
That's brilliant, because a the Bull Ring Centre in Birmingham.
That's it.
Fucking hell.
Got a link in Brum, met her at the Bull Ring. She'd be a 10 if it weren't for the accent.
That's cool.
And it's a great song. It's just like a really chilled beat.
That is good.
And yeah,
exciting.
I like that. And then Young Gravy comes in. He's got a line in it. It's like, I know a girl from Texas. She'd be a 10 if she just got tested. It's just like, this is great. Too. I'm into this.
And another note, talking about music with Sleep Token, it's completely put a fucking fire in me for new music. Not listening to music, making new music.
So
sometimes, I'm literally just like,
that's all you need.
I'm really looking back at all the new, the new Stars Not Birds stuff we're doing. Mm-hmm. The track I sent you the other day, that's still the same, but I did re-record all my vocals before we started the podcast today, actually. Oh. I sat down, recorded all my vocals. I'm going to play those later. But it's made me, how Fessel does all his, I mean, his vocals are unreal, and he has insane production as well. But it's some of the effects and stuff he uses has made me less scared to do some of that stuff. So I'm going to see how that ends up sounding.
That's good.
But
I always like these bands again where they have this sort of theme of not being called their name, and he's called Vessel, is it?
He's called Vessel. Yeah.
He's called Vessel, and the other ones are all numbers.
I think 1 and 2 or 2 and 3, and he worships a god he had a dream about called Sleep. And I mean, I don't think he believes. I don't know if he believes it all. I think it's all just part of the.
It's the theatrics. It's
it's part of the theatrics.
Yeah. I like the idea of before these bands make it big and they stick with this theme, and they're just playing like the Boiler Room in Guildford. And trying to explain all this shit.
Someone said that. So during one of these somebody was explaining the law. I was watching a video of someone explaining the law, and they were like, "Can you imagine this band playing a pub in London?"
Yeah.
And they literally show up dressed like this and being like, "Yo, we're here to talk about this god that you don't know about.
It doesn't exist."
and you need to praise him with us.
It's not even a concept.
You would tell him to get the fuck out.
It's not even a concept album. It's a concept band.
It's a concept band and a concept trilogy. And annoyingly, there are some things. So on the last track of the album, the last few lines of the album, in the reactions, I've noticed people being like, "Oh my god, this is an old track they're calling back to." And then they've all started freaking out, being like, "Oh my god, is this the end of the trilogy? Is this the end of Sleep Token? This means they're done. Is this the end?" So I don't know what it means. Everyone seems to think that means it's the end.
But that's the thing as well. With if you do go into this element of like theatrics and shit, it's that person can still walk down the street and not be known. It's like when Slipknot first came out, there was literally websites with like the shoddiest fucking pictures of like them unmasked, but like you wanted to see it, and that kind of ruined it like for everyone. Like I tried to hold out for as long as possible for not see what Slipknot looked like, and then I think I saw one of them, and then I was just like, "Oh bollocks!"
Well, what about Kiss? Do you remember the Kiss during the 80s? They had that massive competition, didn't they? And the winner got to see a Polaroid of them. A picture of them, but as soon as they got the sheet taken off, they literally had like a second to see it before it faded away, and that was the prize. You got to see their faces for like a second.
Chris, in the group chat, did you see the pictures Chris put up of the old gig tickets he had?
Oh yes, I did. Yeah.
So I love. The first thing I noticed was the years that we went. So like I think he put up me and Chris went and saw Mattis Yahoo. which is still like one of the best gigs I've fucking been to.
I bet it is. Yeah, I bet.
It was so fucking good. It was before, like, when he was like still a Hasidic Jew, and he was still really like reggae dub sort of style instead of being like sort of electro-y and not really what I was interested in afterwards. But he was really fucking great. But then and then I started looking at the prices, and the fucking his ticket for Kiss cost him 40 quid.
Yeah.
Could you I can't like. You can't get that price back.
No,
that's not coming
no,
back.
No.
Inflation is a bitch.
Yeah, it's insane.
It's
not
so
cheap to see
fucking
big bands anymore.
I sort of said, like, you know, I going to Hyde Park and paying, like, you know, between 70 and 90 quid for a ticket was absolutely fine.
Yeah.
Did not mind that, but like
it wasn't just a gig, it was a whole day.
It was a whole day. That was it. Fucking sick. It was like a day ticket to a festival. And it was a fucking great day. But like I'm not paying those. Like the last gig I went to at a venue was Frank Turner with my sister, and I think that was easy, like 40 quid. And it's just like, fuck, man, what happened?
Yeah. What happened?
What the fuck happened?
I saw Grim saying about that on Facebook the other day, how it was like £200+ for his Iron Maiden ticket.
Yeah, like 250 quid. Like, get fucked.
Yeah.
Bruce Dickinson can get fucked. That fucking
madness. It is absolute madness how much it will cost.
I mean, it's not always the bands as well. It's not. No. I mean, sure, it might be an element of it, but as well, it's just it's the
well,
venue,
they don't make as much music off album sales anymore, do they?
Nah,
because it's streamed. Like,
but also,
so their money only really comes in from touring.
But I'm assuming there's some sort of charge from the venue, or there's some sort of, like, the venue takes a cut of the proceedings and stuff like that, and it's all just gone fucking mental. But
I'm sure, yeah, for sure, yeah.
Is what it is. I think I don't know, man. I think it does feel like the smaller venue, even to the size of like Brixton, and I know obviously Brixton Academy's going through some legal disputes,
going through,
and it's kind of sort of slightly threatened. But I do feel like the small venue is very much a thing of the past now. It's like all you see now is just these arena shows, and if it's not like Taylor Swift, it's fucking Foo Fighters.
Yeah.
Or, you know, I mean, even fucking, what was it? Tom from Anywhere But Here podcast. Went and saw Rancid. They sell out the Wembley Arena.
Yeah,
that's a big ass fucking venue.
Can believe that. But even now, so it's weird not knowing this. If I look, I'm on Seep Token's Instagram right now, and it's literally it's got a lot of photos from like gigs and stuff, and I'm just like it's like a fucking coliseum of people.
Jesus
Christ! It's like huge.
Is there
huge round the world?
Underneath their name, does it say like a location where that was taken?
No, they don't really do stuff like that. They're very
hidden. Not hidden.
It just says
subtle.
Just says, "Take me back to Eden is now yours to consume." That's the only wording on there, and every picture has the exact same caption beneath it. Sacred moments in time. Captured. No, it does say captured at. Let's see if they've put it on that one. Sacred moments in time captured in Nimes. Where's that? Oh, they were playing with Slipknot. That one. That was a gig with Slipknot they were doing.
I can imagine that. But that's the other thing. Like Slipknot now, they've recently they've acquired new members and stuff. And I always remember Slipknot saying like, "Oh, if one of us leaves, we'll never continue." Bollocks.
Yeah.
Bollocks, Corey
Taylor. They're quite
Taylor.
different now, Slipknot. I was listening to a track of theirs, like a mini EP they did. It was all weird sounds.
Well, this is
stuff. But one of the tracks on there I quite liked, and I actually quite like Corey Taylor. Is Corey Taylor right?
Yeah.
His new solo single I actually quite like.
So they're all like, I mean, bear in mind that the members of Slipknot, the majority of them are approaching or already within 50 years old. I mean, they've been going for nearly 25 years, which is an for any band
feat,
that is an incredible feat. Without like, I mean, obviously you have time off between albums and blah blah blah, but they haven't really had
project,
like
solo gigs and stuff. Like,
I wouldn't ever say that they've had a hiatus.
No,
you know, but. The thing about it is, like, there is. I saw like an article, and it was suggesting that like Slipknot could be be a band that never ends because you could just change out fucking members.
Yeah, but I think it would have to end when Corey Taylor left. I don't know,
mate. Have you seen his son? His son is mate.
Really?
his son is not far off from what he was doing in like 99, 2000.
Right, nice. Okay.
I'm not saying like, I mean, his son's got his own band, and he's doing his own thing, and it's all kind of sort of rap, rocky, metal sort of stuff. But what's to say that his son couldn't just fucking pick up the mic once his dad fucking puts it down for the last time?
Yeah. True.
And just that's it. It's just Slipknot just becomes this fucking conglomerate band that just changes out its like members whenever one dies or fucking quits or gets fired. Like, fuck it. Like, what's like they all wear masks, so their identity is not the key part of it. It's not like Pete Wentz in Fall Out Boy, who was just pretty and just held a bass. I'm assuming he knew how to fucking play it.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah,
but like, that's it. That was they. I mean, they always sort of said like it was just like, this isn't like what we look like. That is not what's important. We want you to concentrate on the music. It's like, well, why are you wearing a fucking clown mask then? Just fucking
go. God, it's so weird. When Slipknot first came out, I fucking hated them. Like, hated them. Yeah. I hated the idea. I hated the concept. I really hated the whole "don't judge me" shit. I really hated it when I saw. Bearing in mind, when I got alternative,
it was a lot of gimmicks.
Grungy. Yeah, I was pretty much the only me and Rob were pretty much the only grungers in the whole school. Mm-hmm. There weren't many others around. Mm-hmm. So then when Slipknot came out, and people started getting into it, and they'd be walking around in their nail polish and have all written on their t-shirts or written on their bag. Don't judge me. I don't know. It's really pissed me off.
No, that's fair. I was the entirely opposite. I got consumed by that shit.
But I was like, I'm not judging you. Like, but then I did get into Slipknot much later on. Much later on.
That first album, that was. I was like 15. I was just like, this is the greatest thing I've ever heard. Yeah, it was so fucking loud and fast and angry. I loved it.
But now
the first 3 songs on it is just perfect. It's
Wait and Bleed. I liked Wait and Bleed.
I think the first thing I ever heard was on I think it was a Metal Hammer compilation.
Yeah, the way you said that was quite funny for some reason. Metal Hammer.
A Metal Hammer. And it was Spit It Out, but it was like a demo version. I preferred that version to what ended up on their actual album. I love demo
versions of songs.
Sometimes they're so much fucking better. Yeah. But I heard that, and it was all just, again,
demo version of Jimmy Eat World's The Sweetness recently, like one of the original, really years before the track came out, demo, and it sounded fucking awesome.
Yeah, I bet it did. I bet it sounds fucking great.
Yeah, it sounded awesome.
Oh, goddamn. But yeah, no, as soon as Slipknot came out, I was just like, I need to know everything about these people. And it was, because again, it was like you didn't know who they were. It was a fucking number and a person in a mask and shit. Yeah. There's very little that you can fucking know about them. But I did like when I had the album, those first 3 songs, which I think is like the intro, which is like the whole thing I think is sick.
Yeah.
And then it goes into Sick, and then it goes into Eyeless. Eyeless is like my favourite fucking Slipknot song ever.
Cool.
It's just great. It's just fucking angry and just I wasn't even an angry kid. I just liked loud angry music.
Well, but now I probably like Slipknot more now than I did when I first started liking them. I was probably around 17 or so. I didn't really get it at first.
I started to appreciate it more when their third album came out, and it was they had like
Duality
acoustic songs,
like
and they had slower songs, and they were what was it? They had oh god, I think it's called Circle. That's a really good. And then they had Vermilion, and then Vermilion Part 2, and Part 2 was like an acoustic song, and it's just really I won't let this build up inside of me. And I think as a kid,
he's got an amazing voice.
It's fucking sick.
When he released that song for the Spider-Man film, that Bother film, I remember actually Ashley. Hello, Ashley. I was at Ashley's. I remember being in Ashley's dorm room in his university.
Yeah.
And him putting that song on.
Bother.
And then me being like, "Who is this?" And I'll never forget Ashley turning to me and being like, "This is the lead singer of Slipknot."
Yeah, because he did Stone Sour, didn't he?
I remember being like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, he can do
this
2
is
things.
The guy from Slipknot. Holy shit!
It
really blew my mind. I was like, "Wow, he can really sing."
He sounds great when he sings.
But more. I never got into Stone Sour, but I quite enjoyed the new solo track he put out not too long ago. I didn't at first, but I've actually heard it quite a few times. It's always on YouTube for some reason.
I didn't take his solo stuff serious because the first, I think either the album was called or the first single that he released was just called Corey Motherfucking Taylor, and I was just like,
yeah, I wouldn't take that seriously either.
But like I did again, like over time, like I've just stopped giving a shit about him. He's so opinionated, and it's just like, oh no, you have to. This is how I think, and if this is the way that you should think, and it's like, get fucked, you old cunt.
I enjoyed him on QI.
QI, yeah. I mean, but even that was like 7 years ago.
The only thing I didn't like about him on QI, well, not it wasn't his fault, but every time he did like the metal horns, the crowd would be like, hey!
Yeah, great. Just like, ugh. And clap when Stephen Fry does it.
Yeah, well, Stephen Fry wasn't even the host when he was on it.
Oh my god! Well, there you go. That's that's the time. Alan Davis was there, though. I bet.
Yeah, Jonathan Davis. He's always not Jonathan Davis.
Jonathan Davis.
I was like, what, from Korn?
Speaking of, so Korn apparently, after all this time, this year are getting an Adidas collaboration.
That's hilarious. How have they not had one before?
I know, right? It's been like, what was it, 94? Their first album came out, and I guess 2024 would be the 30 years of Korn, so that kind of makes sense.
That does kind of make sense. Yeah.
But yeah, they're doing a collaboration with Adidas. I read that recently. I don't know I don't know what form, if it's clothes or shoes or whatever. But
yeah, I'd be interested to see what that is. That sounds pretty cool.
It could be alright, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that'd be alright. So, do you think now we should go? I know you had the other thing you wanted to discuss, but seeing as we're an hour in,
discuss is a strong word.
Should we go into Geezedropping and hit that next episode, or is it time sensitive?
Yeah, no, it's not time sensitive. I've got screenshots, and unless the post gets deleted, I think it's fine.
Because I am hungry.
Yeah, no, I haven't eaten either. I've had two, and I've had two whiskey and coke. So
I'm on my second beer. Let's wrap up with Geezedropping. Where, of course, we hear snippets of a conversation heard by you of us. Read them out of context. What did you hear? What did you hear? What did you hear? What did you hear?
Geezdropping. Having a listen.
Right, so, you've got some, I've got some.
Yes. That's how this works.
The hell was that an alarm I just heard?
That was my phone. I was just setting up I just remembered that Lorna Shore was discussed at some point, and I had to find the fucking song.
Oh right, yeah, okay.
I think I found it, but
Lorna Shore.
That'll be happening at the end. So if prepare yourself.
Prepare yourself for some Lorna Shore.
If you're a fan of easy listening, the last 15 seconds of this episode was probably not for you. But yes, Geezedropping.
Geezedropping. Right. Okay. So, how many have you got?
What do you got? I've got one. Top Shagger Luke has sent me 3, and then I've also got one from Ashley.
Right. Do Top Shagger's 3 first, I reckon.
Alrighty, if you insist. There you go, yes. Luke. Get a prime starting us off. I would think these were all from the Cocks.
They usually are.
Most likely. So it starts off here. First one he overheard. So that's the problem with the Spanish Armada.
Sounds like a Jacko.
What's happened to the Cocks, man? That's the problem with it. I wish I kind of want to hear the problem. I bet it's too much tapas.
Too much tapas.
Too much tapas. That's the problem with the Spanish Armada. They had too much tapas.
They did have too much tapas. Tap that ass. Tap that ass.
This one's got Jacko written all over it. I'll burn fields like an oil rig in Iraq. That's good.
That's good.
I still, and also, although he's not listening, I am still waiting for the plethora of Geezedrops from his old phone.
Yeah. He said
I feel like he's forgotten, and I feel like we're going to have to get in contact with him.
I think he was pretty drunk when he sent me that message.
Yeah, no, fair. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, he sounded it. And yeah, I mean, again, I'll burn fields like an. Again, what sort of conversation was going on there? Burning Man, I guess, was a potential topic. And then just always a classic that it's this sort of hearing this sort of thing is enough to make you turn around and go, "Excuse me."
Excuse me.
It just says you've got to go in gentle at first. And you know what? They're not wrong.
They're not wrong.
In and you don't even really need context for that. That works in various forms. In any situation, Greg. In any situation.
Go in general, nice and steady, easy does it.
Do you want to do your 3?
I might do Stuart's first. Stuart sent us one.
Okay.
I'll do Stuart's because it's quite a long one. I don't even know. I've not read it yet, so let's find out. Stuart, having a listen. Oh my fucking God. I was in a local pub earlier that I frequent once a week, where the Wednesday Sad Club meet up.
Oh, come on, Stu.
Basically a bunch of single miserable men who put the world to rights over a few pints and bar snacks. Sounds fucking awesome to me.
It sounds great.
As I came through the entrance of the bar, a woman with a bit of reputation was telling others in a pub she woke up last night to find a fella who she described that she had taken home had stood over her on her bed, stark bollock naked, juggling eggs, smoking a cigar, singing Ice Ice Baby before promptly urinating all over her and the duvet.
Fuck.
I almost turned around at that point. As I almost turned around at that point, as I know the man involved, but I kept quiet. But I could tell others knew who it was, as they kept raising their eyebrows to me in passing, and I slowly kept nodding and putting no and putting my fingers on my lips.
Just get the visual of that. Juggling eggs, smoking a cigar, while singing Ice Ice Baby, but then
Start bullet naked.
Proceeding to piss all over her.
And the duvet, yeah.
Dear Lord. I do remember...
fucking incredible.
A time where I had a one-night stand, and the girl... this is when I lived with Kaz.
Yes.
I had a one-night stand, and... she was like, "Oh, can I use your toilet?" Afterwards, obviously. And then so I showed her. I got up, showed her the toilet. Bearing in mind, it's like 4 a.m. at this point.
Yeah.
And so I let her use the toilet, and then I found her jacket, and it was like a leopard print faux fur like jacket.
Right.
I put that motherfucker on. I put that.
Why she was in the toilet?
While she was in the toilet, I put on her jacket. I was only wearing my pants.
Nice.
And then when she came back out, so she saw me in her, in her leopard fur coat, smoking half a spliff in just my pants. And I was just like, "How do I look?" And she was like, "Yeah, I think I should go." Oh dear. I was a fucking maniac. But yeah. Mate, Stu, I mean, fucking...
Yeah, that's brilliant. Thanks, Stu.
Stu,
love that.
what there's... I love everything about that.
I'll do Fran's, and then you can go do your ones. So Fran sent one. Make sure I pronounce this right. It's not aloe vera. I always say
alloy. Aloe vera.
How do you say it?
Aloe vera.
Aloe. It's not aloe vera. It's lychee. Lychee.
Not even close to aloe vera. Lychee's a fruit.
Yeah. I've looked up to the pronunciation. It is a fruit. Not
it's a
even
really
close.
awkward fruit as well.
Yeah,
but it is delicious.
Fruit. It is an awkward fruit.
If you're into it.
So my last 3 Geezedrops are ones that I've actually heard. So I'm going to let you jump on what you've got left first.
So I've got one here from Ashley.
Yes.
Thank you, Ashley, for sending this in.
And I hope you're feeling... I know you're a bit unwell recently, Ashley. I hope you're feeling a bit better.
Yes. Good health to you, sir. Good health to you. Just making sure that I'm still recording. I am.
Yes, thank God, because I haven't been
looking. This battery's more impressive than the ones I was previously using. 2 small kids, I'm guessing aged 8 or 9. First kid. My brother's got a Venusaur. Kid 2.
Get that checked out.
Yeah, no, you just Google that real quick. I didn't take a chance. Number 2. So what? My brother got his girlfriend pregnant.
That's good. That's good.
It's good, isn't it? And then this is the one that I heard. I've just seen. I did that one. Sorry. I heard that I was walking to the station and 2 guys went past. Two young lads went past on their bikes, and I just heard one say to the other, "You should put a dildo on your bike seat."
Or just take the bike seat off.
It just immediately reminded me of
he
Max.
He rides his bike without the seat because he likes how it feels. Yes, I know.
It immediately reminded me of Mac's exercise bike in Always Sunny.
Oh yeah. Oh god, yeah.
The Arse Blaster 5000
yeah,
or whatever it's called. Immediately, I was just like, "That's the
That is good.
That's the thought process on that one."
That's good.
What did you hear, Greg?
So I have 3 here.
Okay.
One was a couple walking past talking, quite an old couple, and I heard one say, "She used to be 13. I don't know if she still is 13.
Unless she died.
She used to be 13. I don't know if she's still 13."
Yeah, I always like that in.
Why
when
do you
it's-
want to know that? That's weird.
Yeah, I always like that when it's like people who have passed away, and then people when it's their birthdays, they're just like, "Oh, happy birthday, so and so. You would have been."
Yeah,
whatever.
I know.
And it's just like, yeah, it would have been. Yeah,
Would've
like
been.
it
Shoulda,
fucking
woulda,
matters. Yeah. Shoulda, woulda, coulda.
I heard a neighbour say this one. I
Yeah.
don't know what's happened to my cheese.
Does it now? That could be anything. It's either it's grown a growth that is irregular,
Or someone's eating it.
or it's just gone missing.
Yeah, or maybe someone. Yeah, someone's eating it.
But there's
I don't
no
know What's
trail.
happened to my cheese? He
There's
sounded pretty
there's no
angry.
trail or evidence to suggest otherwise what had happened to that cheese. I don't know what's happened to my cheese.
I don't know what's happened to my cheese. What's happened to my cheese? This one's interesting. So this one I overheard a receptionist at the doctor's on the phone say.
Right.
Bit of a GDPR breach probably, but she was
well.
she was repeating back, and she said to him, "So it says take one once a day, and you've been taking 3 a day. That could be why you're feeling sick."
Like don't do that to the girl. She's got like don't do that. Just WebMD it. You know what I mean? You've been taking one a day, but you should have been taking
You're
one.
meant
But
to
you've
take
been
one a
taking
day,
3.
but you've been taking 3 a day. That could be why you're sick.
Yeah, that could be why. Yeah, you have been over medicating.
My God, fucking brilliant. I like
Mate,
that one.
sometimes
quite a bit.
you know what? Natural selection's a beautiful thing, isn't it?
It is a beautiful thing, 100%. Jesus Christ! I thought I'd just treat myself and take a bunch more of them. Why not?
That's it.
Oh my dear. Oh, that's good. Right, yeah, that was
Excellent.
awesome. Right, yeah, that was an episode that went in directions. I like.
It did.
Directions.
I like it. It was a good old music chat. I like it when we do a
Yeah.
music chat.
So yeah, if anyone hasn't heard Sleep Token and is interested, I'll check out the track that's someone in first, but make sure you listen to it to the end because it goes in various directions that you won't expect. You probably will now. I've told you won't expect them, but it's fucking cool.
You won't be expecting it, but you will be expecting it.
You will be now. I've made you expect the unexpected.
Well, I guess. Well, as I said, I will make everyone wish they hadn't listened to the last 15 seconds of this. So by as I said, I will be playing just the ending of Lorna Shore because I don't know how to describe it. So you might as well just hear.
I don't think I've ever heard Lorna Shore. I've just been watching the guy react to Sleep Token.
It's very much just like a sort of
Right.
band, you know, sort of like, but with musicianship. So I guess we should.
Okay.
I guess we'll just. Do you want to play this before we do the sign-offs, or?
Yeah, sure, do it. Yeah. I
Alright,
don't know what
well,
I'm going to say yet.
No, neither do I. So this. Well, that's not playing, Greg.
Oh,
so
I know what I'm
that's
going to say.
Okay. So this is.
Jesus Christ.
I know there's a lot going on. So this is a Lorna Shore. This is To Hellfire.
Now again, wait, Greg, there's more.
Oh God, there was more.
That's not what I thought that was. Cause I've seen the singer obviously in his reaction videos, and he looks and
Doesn't
sounds
look like
nothing
that.
like that.
Doesn't look like that, does he?
Overly camp,
Yeah.
bright pink over his one eye
Yep.
hair. Like, wow.
He looks. His hair reminds me of Super Noodles.
Yeah, it does look super noodles, but
does.
pink.
But yeah, I genuinely don't know how to describe any of those sounds.
Yeah, no, nor do I. No, they're not sounds that I'm used to,
No.
but I have heard.
Yes.
Okay.
From
fucking A.
slaughterhouses.
Yeah. Yeah, it literally does sound like that, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Like, that actually sounds like one of the first internet videos I ever saw, which still haunts me to this day, which the manager at Natterjack showed me, pixelated
God.
as fuck on his old phone.
Two
And it
girls,
was,
two girls,
I've probably
one
told
cup.
you before. No, it was a pig running around in a warehouse, and a guy, while it's running around alive, cuts it in half with a chainsaw. And it was
Fucking hell.
fucking
He used to find
horrendous.
the fucking worst shit.
But that was like literally one of the first like internet videos I saw. Like someone showed me on their phone, and it literally still haunts me to this day. But that's what it fucking sounded like. The noises sounded like what you just played.
Yeah.
It's actually
Yeah.
giving me PTSD back to that moment.
Oh, I apologise for putting that on you, Greg.
No,
I
it's
guess,
okay.
guess now's a good time to sign.
I had to face it at some time.
There we go. Guess,
Right.
I guess
I've been Greg, Seep Token, we Token Armstrong. I didn't deliver it as well as I could, but it's there.
Well, I've been Joe Jackson.
Thanks for listening.
Oh, my
Bye.
window's open. The fucking neighbours are going to hear that.
The All Seeing Guys podcast is part of Podnose, the UK's leading independent entertainment podcasting network. For episode archives of the All Seeing Guys and all of the shows on the network, visit us at www.podnose.com. You can also follow us on Twitter via @podnose or send us an email via admin@podnose.com.